It's hard to believe that this quality food is found in Williston. I was blown away. Hot for sure. Wow.
And that's how you know it's good quality food, because
Erik Peterson, Proven Realty, brokered by EXP. We're sitting here today in the new Filipino restaurant in downtown Williston. Couldn't be happier to be here to come check out the food. Phenomenal vibe, great people here. I love everything about it. And I'm sitting here with the former owner of Go-Go Donuts, Jeff Colburn. You had Go-Go forever, and you created the sublease for these guys, and it was your doing that got them from Crosby up there, where they opened this restaurant a few years ago, to the space in downtown Williston. Tell us how you met these guys and how great of a restaurant it is having in our community.
Yeah, sure. Well, I think the first place that we met them was through Theda Durham, a good friend of a mutual friend of ours. And she's a real estate broker up in Crosby. She was talking to them one day and they asked us if we'd be interested in subleasing the place. At the time, my wife and I both were not even thinking about that, but when the deal was mentioned to us, we thought, hey, it might be worth looking into. And so we cautiously approached them, and they seemed to be open to the idea, and we ended up doing business together. So we stepped back from Go-Go Cafe and let them take over our shop, and they have been doing a wonderful job ever since, as proven by all the people here today. So we're really excited about Karinderya, and we're hopeful that they have many years of success. And this is, I think this is a great way to start with that.
Excellent. Well, thanks for the background. We were discussing how great their food was last week at the WABA event. Jeff is the executive director of WABA. That's the Western Area Builders Association. So they're really a great organization. They're always striving to build more inventory here on the real estate side and keep us all in business, which is great. So
our job is to help improve the conditions for builders in this area to come up here and give us more houses. Quite frankly, we have such a low inventory of houses that we need as many people up here and as many professions as possible that can help improve the quality of the building environment and bring more people up here.
So houses, real estate, and great food. I've never specifically had any Filipino food. Really looking forward to that. You were born in Thailand and traveled all over the world.
Yeah, that's
Tell
right.
us what you know about Filipino food in general. What can we be expecting today?
Well, Filipino food has a lot of similarities to Thai food, although it has a lot more seafood in it. As you know, if you've looked at your map before, the Philippines is a series of islands that are just off the coast of Asia. It has some amazing different food cultures, like the chicken, the pork, and seafood that all kind of combine to make one of the most amazing flavors you're ever going to have.
So first up here is some soup, right? So this is...
That's right, yeah. This is a beef broth soup, and I'm not exactly sure what the ingredients are behind it, but whenever you eat at an Asian restaurant, one of the most important things is, most Americans, we leave our bowls on the table like that. You should pick it up, especially if it's a small one like this. You put it in your hands like a 3-point stance like that. Bring it to your mouth.
Just like that, huh?
Yeah. And that's when everybody else around you will know that you actually know what you're doing.
That's great. Do they cheers like we do here? Cheers on the We recently, about 1.5 years ago, hired 7 Filipino virtual assistants, and I can tell you, they are the most fantastic humans in the world. They show up every day, they work hard, they're caregiving by nature, they're super talented and just phenomenal people. They work no matter what. If there's a hurricane there, if there's a big storm, if there's no power, if their kids are sick, if their brother got in a motorcycle accident and broke their clavicle, they show up every single day and they outwork any other folks that I've ever met. And so to have them always talking about the food and the culture, we really want to go to the Philippines. So they had suggested several of the dishes that are here. I'm really looking forward to seeing how their recommendations are. We travel a lot, and I really like authentic food, and to have it right here in our own community is pretty fantastic.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Williston, North Dakota, and we have a Filipino restaurant. That's just fantastic.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, exactly. I think one of the best parts about our town is we have a large conglomeration of people who have arrived within the last 10 years from Africa, from Europe, from South America, from Mexico. It's brought a lot of diversity in our ethnic environment, and consequently our food is starting to show that.
What are we eating here, Jen?
Okay, so this one is the quail eggs.
Quail eggs.
And it's very, very popular as street food in the Philippines.
Okay.
And this one has brown sugar, ketchup, vinegar, spring onions, chili, yeah, everything. But be careful because it's really hot inside. And then that one is beef egg rolls.
Okay.
So,
Beef egg rolls.
and same sauce.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
I say we do this. We both grab it, we dip it in, toast it.
Yeah, let's hit it.
Ready?
There you go. Oh, look at mine. I
You got a
the
double one.
Got the double. That's called winning right
That's
there. Boom. There we go. Oh, hot for good.
Go right out of the fryer.
Really, really good. You can taste the egg yolk in there a little
Yeah,
bit.
quail eggs, relative to like regular chicken eggs, they're much more dense. You can taste that it's the yolks are much more dense than a regular chicken egg, but it adds more flavor to it, especially if you dip it in with the sauce. It's like a brown sugar with vinegar, probably black vinegar, I think, or something like that.
Super nice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going back in. You?
Number 2, here we go.
Yeah, it's got a really good.
Yeah.
Is it a smoky flavor kind of? Like it almost has like a little bit of
I think that smoky flavor.
from the sauce.
Yeah. But it's the black vinegar.
Incredible. That looks really good, huh? Same sauce, different sauce?
Same sauce. Once again, you're looking at a black vinegar sauce with.
So good.
I remember these when I was in the Philippines. We used to make them with vegetables instead of with meat. But there's nothing better than a fresh egg that comes right out of the fryer.
Yeah, it's so good. Wow, that is so good.
Yes, indeed.
Wow. I like the flakiness on the outside.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the stuff on like a baklava,
Yeah.
right? Whatever
Yes,
that is. And then
exactly.
the inside meat's so tender. You should probably eat that really spicy
This is
adobo.
adobo chicken adobo. This is on ethnic spicy. So if I start crying, tough toenails. Oh, that's good. That is really good. This is one of the best adobos I've
No,
ever.
because I got a.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Actually, I should have some anyway.
You got it.
Oh, yeah.
Now there's a little bit, the after kick, there's a little bit on there. So just be ready to.
Like, the further you go in, then the less you are to the skin and where all the spices. Yeah, it's
Right.
got a little heat, though.
It does.
Really
yeah.
good tenderness, though.
It's done just right.
I'm gonna hit this rice, too. On a nice cold day in Williston, woke up to -7 today, real feel. Wow. Really good.
Let's see.
Maybe like a chuck steak, you think? Something like that?
Yeah, I haven't tried let's try the meat here and see.
Yeah, it's really good.
What do you think?
Incredible. I'm tasting a lot of the beef flavor, but I really like the tenderness of the cabbage. It feels like there's some of the onions in there too.
Yeah.
Really good. Especially on a cold day like today. Like I've been fighting this cold for 3 weeks. It's nice to have something that kind of just like warming of the soul. Like I just feel like it's good inside. And the bone adds a lot of the marrow too,
Right.
all that healthy stuff. That
The
we're
bone
trying to
marrow,
do.
that's what's giving it that deep beef taste
Yeah.
with such a light broth. So typically to get that much flavor into a broth, you need something much thicker. That's where that deep bone marrow.
So are they low and slow then in the back, cooking on that all
That's
day?
right, yeah.
Probably went in last night.
Right, and that's how you know it's good quality food because they're doing it the right way. The prep is being done right. It's
Yep.
not some kind of a fast
Right.
you know, go to the grocery store and buy a powdered mix and throw it in boiling water. No, this is all. They took a lot of time making this.
Yeah, I think the ingredients are super fresh too. Surprising for Williston this time of year, right?
Indeed.
Suppliers are good. That corn looks pretty good too.
It's hard to find good ingredients out here in Williston. We struggled like mad when we would go shopping because everything takes so long to get from the seashore, the shoreline, like Los Angeles and New York out here. We are literally in the geographic center of North America, and therefore literally as far away from an ocean as you can possibly get. So it takes longer. We're the last to get all the fresh ingredients.
So this one is the Beef Caldereta.
Okay.
Spicy tomato-based beef stew cooked until fork tender and usually served at special occasions. Contains peanuts of all things.
All right.
So we got some potatoes in there. I like the peanut sauce. That's really good too. Man, that's really awesome as well. Final reviews. The food here is incredible. The service has been great. Atmosphere is phenomenal. Great variety. Really good flavors, and especially on a cold day, a great way to warm you up. What's your final opinion, Mr. Food Guru?
I don't know if I'd be that. I'm that guy, but I have to say this is really good. This is some of the best Filipino food I've had. I've lived in the Philippines. I've lived in Los Angeles and other larger metropolitan areas. This is the real deal. Come and see it. I think you're going to be really impressed.
Yeah, and give it a try. My advice would be to try a little of everything, even if it makes your lips numb and your tongue numb. Can't handle. I'm literally sweating right now, but the flavors are so good. Full variety of food. We're really happy to be here. We'd highly recommend this to anybody looking for a great place to eat in downtown Williston. So come check them out. We're sitting here with the owners, Max and his wife Jen. The food is phenomenal. You guys did a really good job. So can you tell us a little bit about your history? I heard about you guys up in Crosby, just never had a chance to go up there.
Yeah.
Tell us how you came here, how long have you been in the area, and a little more about your restaurant.
Oh yeah. So we were in Crosby, like
I've been there for 9 years.
yeah,
and
she's been there
6
for
years.
9 years, and I came there in 2016,
Okay.
and then we stayed there until just this year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
2023.
We moved here.
August 5th.
August 5th.
Yeah.
How do you guys like Williston so far?
Oh, great.
Yeah, we like it
and,
here.
Yeah, especially the warm welcome, the support that
Yeah.
we've been receiving. We're very, very thankful.
What do you want people to know about your food?
Our food. I think I could say that I think Filipino cuisine or dishes, they're very diverse, you know. Philippines was colonized by so many different countries.
Yep.
Trade partners for a long time with the Chinese,
Yep.
everyone basically. So it's like a melting pot of so many nations. That's
Yep.
why our food is so, I could say, unique and
Yep.
mixed of all different spices.
Yep.
Like if you see our adobo, adobo is actually a Spanish word. It means to marinate, you know. But as you can see, it has soy sauce.
Yeah.
And Spaniards didn't really use soy sauce, so that's like Chinese in a way, you know. So yeah, that's
Just a
how.
fusion of all these
Fusion of
different great
everything, yeah.
cultures and different ethnic foods is great. It's hard to believe that this quality food is found in Williston. I was blown away. I love the quail eggs. I thought that was a unique experience.
Yeah.
Really thought they were tasty. The lumpia, if that's how you say it, was really
that
good
was
too.
perfect, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that came really, really nice. It kind of had like a baklava, kind of outside crunchiness a little bit, but the beef on the inside of that was just insane to me.
Yeah.
So good job keeping that tender.
Thank you.
I thought we've been freezing, right? I woke up, it was -7 today. So it was kind of soul food, right? You know, I really liked the bone broth. The marrow was great. All of the cabbage in there had a unique flavor. And tell us more about this dish. I'm not sure what it was, but it was a little spicy for me, but I thought the flavor was really good.
Yeah.
It had kind of a peanut sauce. It reminded me similar to a curry.
Yep, it is
Tell us
our
about what
version
that
of
is.
curry. So this is like curry beef stew, you know?
Okay, yeah.
So this is called Beef Caldereta.
Okay.
So it's commonly served during the fiestas. So it's like our festival, you know.
Yeah.
So it's big party in the Philippines, big thing. So it's usually served for like hundreds of people.
Yep.
It's one of our special dishes, and this one's kind of different from the usual caldereta because you know Philippines is composed of like 7,000 islands, you know.
Yep.
So it's pretty obvious that there is so many variations for each dish.
Sure.
So this one we use peanut butter. Should I say the ingredients? But yeah, it's a little different from the usual. You know, it has coconut milk as it says on that menu. Gata means coconut milk.
Okay.
So yeah, so this is a bit spicy, but still very tolerable, right?
It was good. It was a good healthy spice. Wasn't too much for me, but I thought that it really enhanced the flavor. And then I thought that the other side dishes too, the rice was really good, the vegetables were high quality. Hard to believe that you could have that much fresh food here in Williston. So your suppliers are on top of it.
Right, and then since we're already talking about that, I would just want to say that at least 90% of our food here, they're actually made from scratch.
Really?
So yeah, we cut them, do everything basically. Yeah.
That's good. You guys are definitely, really to me, the new hot restaurant in town. Hopefully people can come out and see them right down here in downtown. And how do you pronounce the name of your restaurant? We were having a debate there. How do you pronounce it, and what's the history of your name?
Okay, so if you're going to pronounce it in Tagalog, in our or like Filipino in our native language, we say Karinderya.
Okay.
But in English, you know, I know it's kind of hard to pronounce.
Sure.
You can do like Karinderya.
Or
Okay.
like Karen, and then Veria, and then Karinderya. Yeah.
There you go.
Karinderya.
Karinderya.
I'll
But
never
if you
get it
can
right.
say Karinderya, then that's like plus 10 for you.
Okay.
Yeah, 10% discount.
And what's the meaning behind it?
At first I thought it was actually like a Filipino Spanish word. And
Okay.
I just learned recently that it's purely Filipino.
Oh, great.
Because it sounded like Spanish to me. Because yeah, in the Philippines we have so many, you know, words that are derived from the Spanish language. But this one is purely Filipino, Karinderya. So in the Philippines, it's actually like a common eatery, or it's not actually a restaurant. It's a very small food place where people can just gather and get their stuff in, you know, very cheaply.
Sure.
Yeah, so we call those places Karinderya.
Great.
And by Seb and Nik, so Sebastian is our oldest son, and
Okay.
Nicholas is our youngest.
Oh, that's great.
We decided to call it by Seb and Nik because every time I see a restaurant that has a by on
By.
it sounded very gourmet. You know?
Yeah.
People
Those
think
kids
that
will love
those
it.
kids are chefs or something
Yeah.
like that, but yeah, they're just our kids. Sorry about that.
No, we love it.
Yeah.
So one of the things I appreciated, the vibe that I got when I walked in, was how family friendly it is. Kids running around everywhere. We've seen a lot of kids coming and going. And then you got your really tough oil field guys here too. So literally anybody looking to come to get good food, to have some soul food, to get a fusion of food, and more specifically be able to try foods from other cultures and expand your horizons. It makes me really want to go to the Philippines.
Nice.
My goal for 2024 is to go over there. We've got 7 Filipino virtual assistants, the best people in the world, really hard workers. We want to go over there and see them, meet their families.
Nice. Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them. So come on down, give these guys a try. You will not be disappointed. And thank you so much for watching this video.
Thank you.
Thank you.